voice, and when I was younger, my parents used to say that I should shut up more, but apparently I found my niche in the world because now it comes in handy. So I'm David Witkowski. I'm the product manager from Anritsu for the LMR Master S412E. This is a portable instrument for analysis of land mobile radio systems, everything from analog to P25, P25 Phase 2, NXDN, DMR Moto Turbo. It even covers positive train control, ITCR standard positive train control. We built the LMR Master to be a do-it-all piece of test equipment. Handles everything from the standards that I just talked about. It has a 100 dB transmission dynamic range vector network analyzer for cable and antenna testing, 42 dB directivity on the VNA for return loss VSWR measurements. It has the industry's bar none best spectrum analyzer, minus 152 dBm in 10 Hz resolution bandwidth. Quietest phase noise. We can detect signals that no other test equipment can detect. In a handheld unit, this is bar none the best piece of test equipment that you can buy. We are the only handheld P25 Phase 2 solution. We are the only handheld that can do P25 Phase 2. We have, from day one, analysis for FirstNet. We had FirstNet before FirstNet was even finalized. We can handle LTE for public safety going forward, now and into the future. We have onboard coverage mapping with no external PC required. This device can map RSSI, transmitter SINAD, P25 phases 1 and 2, all the standards that I just listed, and it does not require you to juggle an external PC and an inverter and a 12-volt power cord and a big whacking battery to run the whole thing. Everything is done on the instrument. You take this instrument out in the field, you map it. Once you're done mapping, you take the data off industry standard KML file that can be viewed through Google Earth or NASA Whirlwind or any GeoID application. You show the map right on the screen, you see what your coverage is. Map before, map after. If you're narrowbanding or converting from analog to P25 and you want to know what your coverage differential is, it shows right on the screen.
Where is it getting its location at?
GPS, has an onboard GPS.
Okay.
We have various antennas that you can buy. We have a stubby antenna. We also have a 1 foot and a 15-foot mag mount goes right on top of the vehicle.
Okay.
So it combines, if you're familiar with Anritsu, you know the Sitemaster product. Everyone always talks about the Sitemaster. In fact, people go to our competitors all the time and say, well, I want to buy one of your Sitemasters. It's like when you go into Starbucks, or when you go into a non-Starbucks and you order a tall, right? You do it out of habit. So a lot of people, handheld cable and antenna analysis of Sitemaster, we're the name of that. So the Sitemaster is in this. The Spectrum Master, another instrument that's very well known, is inside. Add a signal generator and the software necessary to do the analysis. That's the LMR Master. It's 3 instruments in one. It's a huge return for your investment on this product. I mentioned earlier, we have the 100 dB dynamic range, insertion loss for cable analysis, 42 dB return loss for the antenna. It has a Smith chart. We have patented algorithms for dealing with RF immunity. So if you're at a site where there's a lot of RF nearby, you don't have to worry about that RF dragging your cable and antenna measurements off into space. We have 18 dB RF immunity in the instrument. Spectrum analyzer, as I said, minus 152, displayed average noise level and 10 Hz resolution bandwidth. That's standard. The VNA, the cable and antenna, is standard as well. It's not an option. Internal power meter is standard. We have the LMR signal analyzers. We have NBFMs, as you would expect, standard. P25, NXDN, Moto Turbo options on top of that. No PC coverage mapping. We do the RSSI, we can do zero spans, we can do transmitter SINAD, we can do control channel, VER on the control channel, and again, the industry's only portable P25 Phase 2 animal. Some resources for you. At 2:30 today, there's a session that's going on that's talking about the situation in Oakland, California, where the police radio has been kicked offline by cellular. We did a full analysis on that receiver testing with the MS-2830A. Our booth is literally right on the other side of that wall right behind you. You want to go over and see that demo? That's all available to you. We did a full analysis using complex blockers to show what was happening in the Oakland situation. At 2:30 today, there's a discussion. Alan Tillis from Shulman Rogers and Jay Jacobsmeyer from Pericle will be talking about what we did in Oakland. This paper is available for download. We have an RF Systems Best Practices paper, which we did jointly with Motorola, Aeroflex, Rodian Schwartz, Agilent. We were all in the same room together for a few days. We sorted out a bunch of stuff about how to do LMR systems testing. I was one of the 4 authors of that paper. We published that paper. It's available to you for free. It goes way beyond TSP 179. I encourage you to download it and take a look at it because there's a lot of good information there about how to do cable and antenna in an LMR environment. We have white papers on effectively testing 700 megahertz LTE and P25. We have white papers on finding interferers. And Andy Siebel called me up a while back before FirstNet and the V-Block was assigned. And he said, I've been asked by the East Bay Regional Communications Authority to test the LTE test bed in Martinez, California. I need your help. Well, of course, Anritsu being the first company that had LTE test equipment on the market, I responded. I had 2 guys on site in Martinez. We did the tests. If you download the Siebel report on the LTE test bed, you'll see my guys there. You'll see every screenshot, every piece of test equipment that created that paper was done using Anritsu test equipment. This is before FirstNet was even legally created with the Jobs Act. So we've been there since before FirstNet kicked off. To sum it all up, the S412E LMR Master is a portable, powerful, handheld, highly integrated piece of test equipment that combines best-in-class performance from cable and antenna analysis with the Sitemaster, spectrum analysis with the Spectrumaster. Add a signal generator and the DMOD analysis for that with the mapping capability. Put it all into one 7-pound instrument. This is my baby right here. Awfully proud of this. Very popular, growing in popularity. I'll tell you what, I'm 4 months into my year, and I'm already 80% of the way to my forecast. Everything else from here out is gravy. Every Motorola ST in the United States carries one of these. We've worked with Motorola from day one with this product to define this, to make sure that this is what they wanted. We also worked with Kenwood, we worked with Icon. We went out and said, what is it that you want in a piece of portable test equipment? And we listened, and then we built it. Combines all of that together into one. We have 6 gigahertz extensions for backhaul if you're doing microwave. We have field upgradable options. You want to buy something and then later on you want to add on to it. We support that. Any questions? Just about made it to the end. I'll be eating one of those in about 2 seconds. Any questions?
Have you done anything with the brightness of the readouts? We have one in the field. We noticed when a nice day outside, we have to find something to put on the screen and we see pretty good.
Well, it's a nice day while you're working. We do have a screen overlay, which is a polarizer. They come in packs of 2. I don't think they're that expensive. Pick one of those up. In fact, if you give me your card, I'll send you a couple. Okay? Yeah, it's a polarizing filter. Goes just laid right on top. Very similar to what you put on an iPad or an Android tablet. It makes it more readable in direct sunlight. Thanks for being a customer, by the way.
We love the product.
Great. Thank you. Great. I like to hear that. Any other questions? Okay. Well, we'll move on.
I get to do the fun.